Greetings from the future! Okay, so, while editing the wasp hunt, I noticed that there was a hidden passage up here. Unfortunately, whatever is up here, I'm not going to be able to take advantage of because I don't actually edit my playthroughs until after I'm done recording. And the reason for that is because I record my playthroughs at Twitch, and I basically record 12 episodes a week, so you can probably understand why it takes me a while to get around to editing these. Regardless, I thought it would be interesting to at least show what is hidden up here, so let's see. Dense thicket. Thief vision tells me that there is something at the bottom of this pit. Come on, help me to dig it out. Ew, some old bones. It's a skeleton. A spear nose is sticking out between its ribs. And here's the shaft. Got the broken spear. I wonder how long he's been here. Only bones remain, but the spear, there isn't a trace of rust, as if it was just made yesterday. Someone did a good job here. Good indeed, but such a pity it's broken. Strange that the killer didn't take the spear with him, and the place where it broke is strange too, like the spear was broken on a knee. I was halfway tempted to make a Skyrim reference just then. Look, there is also a stone plate here. There are runes on it. Can anyone read it? Larissa taught me different languages, but Dwarven language wasn't one of them. My father and brother showed me the names of runes, showed me the name runes of the most famous blacksmith houses of Piedmont. They also taught me to tell if something is a fake or not, but I don't really know the language of dwarves. I think we should show this spear to Olaf. Alright then, to Olaf. That would be the blacksmith of Roadside. To what do I owe the honor? I repeat, I don't work with ordinary equipment. If you need something normal, visit the smithy in Swifton. They may not be the best, but they know their trade. Upgrade unique artifacts. An interesting spear. What a pity it's broken. We found it in a dense forest thicket. The stone plate with dwarf runes was next to it. Oh, I didn't think we picked up the plate. Didn't say we did. Interesting. Come on, show me. Wow! It looks like a diary. When was this diary made? The Stone Age? A diary? Dwarves are an ancient race, and we have long understood that stone is much better than paper if you want to preserve and transmit knowledge to your descendants, especially when goblins, kobolds, and other vicious creatures continue to attack and rob the underground storages, burning everything that's flammable and that cannot be carried away. That is, that's point. That is point. Let's take a look. A blacksmith recipe is carved on one side of the plate, and on the other, it looks like a suicide note. You know, I can't imagine that writing a note on a stone tablet would be a very fast process. This person must have been really determined to carry through with his suicide. What does it say? I am mediocrity. Pitiful mediocrity cursed by the great hater. Haters gonna hate? I am not worthy to be called a blacksmith or even a dwarf. What was to become my masterpiece and bring me great glory turned into my curse. I won't be able to show my brothers this miserable bogus without losing my face. Awkward grammar aside, I find it funny that bogus was a word in the Stone Age. The spear destroyed all my hopes and dreams. Let it destroy my body too. I will die in this place forgotten by all gods. Horrible. Well, it's so dwarfish. Here is another reason why I decided to leave the Under Kingdom. To finish your life because of one failure. With this an approach, it is truly amazing how dwarves manage to be the best crafters in the world, because gaining experience and skills is impossible without making mistakes. Often painful mistakes. What else is written here? Oh, great hater! Oh, steel blacksmith who forged gods with their weapons! Why did you curse me? What have I done wrong? How did I make you angry? I carefully followed the instruction written by the ancients. So even ancient people had ancients? Everything is clear now. The blacksmith could not stand the shame when he could not create a true masterpiece. He broke the spear and killed himself with a spear tip. A masterpiece or not, but he forged a good weapon. Olaf, can you fix it? I can, but it's not interesting. But to make what this blacksmith could not, give me a couple of moments to figure out the blueprint. A complex thing, the way the ancients liked it. And it's written in very artificially over-complex phrases. Yep, definitely an ancient's creations. They loved when everything was overcomplicated and confusing. Yeah, prior experience in video games, I believe it. Can't you decrypt it? Hey, who are you taking me for? I know the meaning of all runes, but I cannot understand the general meaning yet. One thing is clear, the spear is called Soldier's Spirit, and it was the spirit that our master was not able to put into his creation. It would be interesting if his own spirit was put into it. And what does the spirit mean? The base for the weapon should be... I used a strange sentence pattern here. Various interpretations are possible here, but I am sure that the... How is that particular O pronounced? Haldwald rune? To soak is used here in its literal, not figurative sense. Do you get it? Not express, not incarnate, not show, but to absorb. The weapon must absorb the sweat and tears of hundreds of soldiers. That is what the blueprint says. What does it mean? My dead colleague decided that the source material for the spear should be the weapon belonging to a famous warrior. Judging by the records, he stole 2 swords from a famous war veteran. The blacksmith reforged the swords and made a spear. However, the weapon did not surpass the quality of the swords. For him, it was shameful to ruin 2 great swords to make one ordinary spear. It is a pity that the idea did not work out, but let it be a normal spear. Nothing else we can do, right? I'm telling you, no. I want to finish it by doing everything as it should be done. If you girls get me the right ingredient, I will create a genuine masterpiece. It will be worthy of the ancient masters, and, if nothing else, it will be fun. And what is this ingredient? It is written, the one that absorbed sweat and tears of hundreds of soldiers. What could it be? I have no idea, but a bunch of soldiers live next door, literally. There are enough weapons in the Warriors Guild indeed, but how do we know which one is suitable? The common one is definitely not good, but the unusual... They won't give us anything valuable just because of a strange blueprint. You're right. Fortunately, even though the great ancient masters were... the great ancient masters... But we are not worse. This is clearly not about the objects themselves, but about their aura. Aura? Olaf is talking about mana the item absorbs from its owner. Through emotions and vitality, everything forms a connection with the person to whom it belongs, and the longer and stronger this connection is, the more mana is accumulated, and the stronger the aura of the object becomes. This is also one of the reasons why heirlooms of our old toys are so dear to us. Because they have the auras of our ancestors? My old bear. My first sword. From Mom. I hate you all. Excuse me a moment. I need to dwell on that one for a bit. Okay, so have you ever heard a joke so good that you laughed to the point that you started choking? That was that one for me. Okay, so the redhead girl is right. Some seemingly ordinary things have an incredibly strong magical aura. Especially if mana have been accumulating inside for years. Fortunately, the aura of any item can be scooped up with a special tool. For example, this one. What is it? What is it? Absorption Spear. It can draw aura from things. We will need 2 of them, one for the shaft and one for the tip. Fortunately, I have exactly 2 spears left. Oh, how convenient. I was expecting a quest for a moment there. Your part is to find 2 items that absorb the sweat and tears of hundreds of soldiers. We'll try. Do it. The thing is that these spheres are very rare, and I won't have the opportunity to replenish my stocks soon. They must be ordered from Jewelgrad, and each sphere will cost 1,000 coins. To be honest, I'm not ready to risk my money. Only yours. If you want, I will give you both spheres for 2,000 coins. A fair price. If you draw aura out of trash by mistake, don't blame me. This is fair. Yeah? Yeah! So what? 2,000 coins and the spheres are yours. Deal? Do we really need this spear? 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 Whichever. Not technically. In fact, I'm not even going to be able to keep it, but, well, I'm already doing this and I got a good laugh. Let's see this through. But I want to see what happens. Me too. Alright. On the bright side, I don't have to worry about actually spending this money. 2 absorption spears. They're empty. Very well, now you just have to find 2 objects that absorb the sweat and tears of hundreds of soldiers. A clear task. You yourself wanted to do it. By the way, you can leave the spear with me. No one else can reforge it anyway. Alright then. I did not expect this to turn into a quest. I wonder if this is going to wind up needing to be its own episode. I was going to tack it onto the wasp hunt, but we'll see what happens here. There are so many old things here. Could it be that someone has finally decided to visit my the Hall of Traditions, not to get on my nerves, but to see the exhibits and connect with our glorious history? That depends. Are these going to supply me with the sweat and tears that I was just looking for? I'm honestly, I'm not even sure why I was coming in here in the first place. I was trying to look for a sparkly object. But I'm glad I came in here. That's right, sir. Good on you. Tell me, among the artifacts, are there things that absorbed... sweat and tears of hundreds of soldiers? At least 2. Ooh, yes, exactly 2. As you've said, sweat and tears of hundreds of soldiers. Good point. Where did you hear this? From the blacksmith, Olaf. Olaf? Well, our guild blacksmith is a funny guy. I didn't even know that he knew our traditions so well. I'll have to visit the old dwarf. Maybe I'll find somebody to talk with after all. That could be either really good or really bad for Olaf. How about how bad younger people today are? Exactly. I'm happy to see how understanding you are. And what kind of things will you be talking about? I thought we just said. In the good old days, you wouldn't even think of asking. That doesn't sound so good. It's good to ask questions. In the good old times, we would not be allowed to come here at all. You know what his response is going to be. True. I could tell you, but try to guess. A soldier shouldn't be too smart, but he should think fast. Quickly figuring out when to keep your mouth shut is essential for survival. I need to leave you for a while. You can look around. Just don't break anything. I was expecting him to say something like, yeah, you got that right. You shouldn't be here. Something like that. Great. Lieutenant Milord laughed. If no one bothers us, we can draw arrow from 2 objects without any problems. Then Olaf will be able to reforge the spear. But here are plenty of artifacts. We should choose wisely. Olaf sold us 2 spears of absorption and said we have to draw arrow from 2 objects. There's no room for error. We need something that has absorbed the sweat and tears of hundreds of soldiers. What could it possibly be? Lieutenant Milord was sure that 2 of the items definitely fit this description, but where are they? I bet the mop is one of them. Especially knowing Milorad and his upholding of traditions. I don't know. But I know. It seems we're wasting our time and money doing pretty sketchy stuff. That is not the answer. Okay, I'm just going to create a save file just in case. Possibly doing a little save scumming, but it's not like I'm going to keep this progress anyway. It's definitely going to be the mop and the shovel. Because as part of tradition, soldiers must do heavy work. Because it's tradition. I mean, I suppose there is some importance to doing that. But it's kind of twisted when you think about Milorad's traditions. I mean, the guy had us literally paint grass. Well, since I created an alternate save anyway, let's see what happens if I choose the wrong items. Ordinary soldier sword. Simple and reliable. Ceremonial armor from the Imperial period. Most likely a modern replica, even though the sign on the pedestal says otherwise. Well, then we wouldn't want to do that one. Standard heavy infantry armor. It's difficult to say how old it is. They've been used for centuries without any major changes. Looks almost new, but maybe someone took good care of it. Olaf could tell us, but he is not here. By the way, it's definitely interesting to think of auras being in these things. Diana did mention an aura in her teddy bear. I myself have a whole lot of stuffed animals in my house. Some really small, there's this one that is like as big as a person almost. Firm soldier shield, but an old-fashioned one. Old army helmet. Judging by the marks, it's seen a lot. Ceremonial helmet from the Imperial period. Genuine. Old training bow. I think many soldiers learned to shoot with it. Twin hammers. Caravan blacksmiths usually have them. It's both a weapon and a tool. So let's go ahead and see what happens if we choose the worst items. So that charges 1. And I doubt this has seen the sweat and tears of 1,000 soldiers when it was probably just used by a couple of blacksmiths. Okay, the spears are charged. Let's hope we didn't make a mistake. I'm hoping we did. Hide them. Lieutenant Milorad will be back soon. He clearly won't like what we have done here. Absorbing auras? We won't tell him anything. Even if he feels that something changed within the objects, he will not be able to clearly explain what exactly. He will grumble that their soul was sucked out. I'm sure that everyone here are already used to his grumbling. Anything to say? Praising youngsters means spoiling them, but I just can't stop appreciating how beautifully you painted the grass. I go look at it 3 times a day. I will admit, that is one of my favorite quests that I wound up doing in this game, largely because of its absurdity. I'm not sure if I would have enjoyed it as much had I actually been the one doing it. Let's see. Upgrading the artifacts. We charged the absorption spears. Are you sure you drew the aura from appropriate objects? We will find out soon enough. True. I can't wait to start working, which, by the way, will cost you 2,000 coins and minus 6 bottles of Rowanberry. Oh, a negative amount of Rowanberry, huh? Does that mean that you'll actually be giving us 6 bottles of Rowanberry? Hey, we've already paid you 2,000 coins. It was only for the absorption spheres. I gave them to you for the same price I bought them. You need to pay another 2,000 coins for work. Of course, I myself am interested in what happens, but not as much as to work for free. That's it! No one knows what will happen. Therefore, we give you only 1,000. Okay, let it be 1,000, but as far as Rowanberry is concerned, I do not yield. I'm pretty sure I still have plenty. No, it didn't work out. You obviously wasted the energy of the absorption spears. Why? The spear looks just fine. Excellent, but far from being a masterpiece. My apologies. Maybe you should drink less Rowanberry when working. Believe me, this would not have changed anything. It was an interesting experience anyway. Well, the money was yours, so you can take it. A spear plus 3. Well, I'm going to reload my save, but out of curiosity, what is the spear like? Warriors and Thieves? It is a pretty decent spear, all things considered, but I don't know that I would use it even if I kept it. And besides the fact that I have already finished recording this entire playthrough, I would have reloaded my save anyway to get the actual bonus thing. Old shabby broom. Apparently, they were just too lazy to throw it away. What on the road an old shovel is doing in the Hall of Traditions? I mean, knowing Milorad, it's, of course, an army one, but neither my mother nor father nor brother ever showed me how to fight with a shovel. That would have made for a great reference to another video game, though. Okay, the spears are charged. Let's hope we didn't make a mistake. We most definitely didn't. Upgrade. We charge the absorption spears. Are you sure you do the Overflow project? Find out soon enough. Can't wait to start working, etc., etc. I like the fast forward feature in my video editor. Oh yeah! I don't know where you drew Aura from, but it was the best choice. It's a real masterpiece. True soldier spirit. Here you go. This beauty is yours now. Soldier spirit. Might use that for the episode title. Achievement unlocked, Soldier Spirit. Well, I tell you what, I may not actually be able to keep this item, but the achievement is forever. So what is this one actually like? Warriors, thieves, or those who keep guard. Prohibits the use of a shield, protects against sleep and confusion. Ah. I wish I had noticed that secret passage during my playthrough. I would absolutely be using this, and my gosh, look at the buffs! This thing's amazing! Definitely a shame that I wasn't able to get that spear for this playthrough. As a reminder, all of my playthroughs I stream at Twitch before posting them at YouTube. If you ever have the opportunity, definitely come on over for a visit. I have a small community at Twitch, but it's a pretty active one. Definitely love it. If you're interested, I have a link to my Twitch channel in the description. By the way, we are starting to get close to the end of the game. I basically have 2 major locations left to visit before visiting the end game. We have the Cave of Stars right here, and also up here we have the sleepy village of Sliver. And also a few filler episodes in between. Anyway, next time we are going to finally visit Sliver. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.